Hi, this is the Teaserking coming to you for week 2 of college football, week 1 of pro football, September 11th and 12th of 2010. You can always go to my website, www.teaserking.com. You can see my trends, you can buy my locks and my other picks. Here are my free picks for this week. One college and one pro. First I'm going to go with the college pick. I'm going to the West Coast. Colorado is playing Cal. Cal is a 10-point favorite. There's huge trends on Cal in this game. They are extremely strong at home as a favorite out of conference. They do very well in this role. They know it's a tough Pac-10 normally. Oregon will be strong. Oregon State, as you saw, will be a good team. USC is, going to have a good team, not a great team. So Cal fits right in. They have a senior quarterback coming back, and they have another good running back replacing Javad Best, who went to the Lions. They're just very strong in this role early in the year. They play well at home. They pile it on home. They're playing Colorado, who's a decent team. They've had their problems. I've always been surprised with Colorado, with Dan Hawkins, the former Boise State coach. I'm kind of shocked that he hasn't done better there. As good as Boise State was, you think he'd bring that system there and they'd light it up. I think part of the problem's been he had his son at quarterback, and he just isn't, that good, but it's his son, so he played him. This year he's not playing his son, so I look for the Colorado to be a little bit better, but I think this is a very difficult situation for them. Right now, Cal is like 9.5 or 10. My pick for this game is to take Cal down to 3.5 or 4. They'll have no problem winning by double digits. I just don't think Colorado's got the defense to hold on against a very always explosive Cal team. They've had great receivers, Deshaun Jackson, Hawkins, who's in the NFL, great running backs, Javad Best, Sept. So they've really produced a lot of pro talent. This year's running back, Shane Vereen, is just as strong as the others. They're a very good offensive team, so they do roll it up at home. I think the type of team that gives them problems is a very good defensive team, like a USC, a team that can run the ball like a Stanford. Those have been their problems before, but I look at Colorado doesn't have the defense, I don't believe, to really hold them. I don't believe their offense is very good. They do have a good running back, but I just don't see Colorado pulling the upset here. My second free pick is in the NFL. I go to the Indiana-Houston game. Indiana is laying 2 to Houston. And let's take a look at the trends right now. When the game is in Houston, since 2000, everything is 7-1. If you took Indy, if you took Houston, the favorite or the dog, it's all 7-1. However, when you look at the favorite in the series, when Indy is favored, they're 15-1 in this series. So they play Houston well. They play the division teams well. And if you look at them since 2005, when the game's in Houston, Indy's 4-1, and the favorite's 4-1. Houston is 5-0, and the dog is 5-0. So recently, Houston, as the dog, has covered. Again, Indy is 9-1, and Houston's 9-1. Houston's 9-1 when they're the favorite. Houston's 9-1 is the dog. So these games are relatively close. When you look overall, since 2008, Indy is 10-3 as a road favorite, and 11-2 if you play against them as a road favorite. Houston's 3-0 as a home dog, and play against them's 3-0 as a home dog. So there's really not much there. Indy tends to go on the road and wins the game relatively close. They don't blow out. They tend to get a lead, and then they kind of fall on it. Last year, Indy was 6-1 as the road favorite, and 5-2 if you went against them. So you can see they're very good as a road favorite. A lot of that's Peyton Manning. A lot of that is just the Colts. Manning knows how to win the games. They might take the lead and sit on it, so they don't blow teams out, but they do win on the road. Houston, 1-0. Houston's a very good road underdog. They're not a home underdog often, but when they are, it's against Houston. It's against Indy, and Indy just wins the games. Since '07, Houston's 6-0 as a home dog, 4-2 if you went against them. Indy's 18-3 as a road favorite since '07. So you can see what you have here is it's probably going to be a very competitive game. Probably be decided by 3 to 7 points. I just like Indy and Peyton Manning. I think they'll win the game. They're basically only laying 2 here, so you can get Indy and 4. Anytime you can get Indy plus more than a field goal, I think you have to take it. I don't think there's anybody who can handle them. It's New England and San Diego are their nemesis, not Houston. And I look at this game. I get Indy plus 4 points. Even if they're down, Peyton Manning's going to bring them back and make a game out of it. Even against San Diego, he threw like 6 interceptions a few years ago, and they were getting pounded, and they still came back and won the game. So with Peyton Manning out there, they're not going to lose by a lot if they lose. I see them being in a tight game, probably winning by a field goal to a touchdown, and you're getting 4. And I just find that when Indy plays during the regular year until they clinch their division and sit their players, they're a very, very strong team to bet on. Last year, they covered every week they played. The only times they didn't cover are the couple of weeks they rested their players, and then in the Super Bowl they didn't cover. So outside of that, they covered. It takes a great quarterback to beat them, like a Drew Brees, like a Phillip Rivers, like a Tom Brady. That's their Achilles. You don't have that here with Houston's quarterback. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me. He's not the type of quarterback that gives them fits. They'll handle Steve Slayton. They'll handle the pass rush. I look at Indy getting points as a very good play. So in review, I'm taking Cal down from 10 to 4. I'm playing him with Indy -2 to +4. So that would be the teaser. That's my free teaser. I think both teams will win the game, and I hope this makes you some money. And please go to www.teaserking.com. You'll see all my games. My price is very reasonable for my whole slate of games. There'll be 7 or 8 college, 5 or 6 pros this week. I walk the teasers, like who to play with who. So this would be one of them to play here, Cal and Indy. I don't just play trends. I don't just look at the trends blindly. I look at the matchup. That's why I do an Indy versus Houston matchup. Cal and Colorado obviously have no matchup, but you heard the Michigan-Notre Dame matchup was the underdog. So that's what I like to do. I look at injuries and coaching and everything. I don't just look at the trends. I've been very successful at it. I've been doing it for 35 years doing teasers, and I've seen everything. So I know, when to play the team and when to ignore the trend and when to play the trend. But I like both trends here. They're very strong, and these teams are comfortable in their roles and who they're playing. Well, good luck to you. I hope you make some money, and hope you come to the site. We can chat on it. Again, it's www.teaserking.com. You can certainly email me with questions or leave comments here, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Have a great day. Good luck. Thank you.